Welcome to the Federation TAFE Virtual Open Day presentation.
Federation TAFE is located in Ballarat and we have 4 main campuses. Campus 1 is located out at University Drive in Mount Helen with our university. Campus 2 is our SMB campus, which is in Lydiard Street, South Ballarat, located in the Ballarat CBD. We also have a rural sciences campus, which is about 5 kilometres from central Ballarat. In addition to that, we also have a Wimmera campus located in Horsham. I just want to introduce you to the team that we have on the line today. You've got myself, I'm Beck Ware from the sales and marketing team at Federation TAFE. We've got George T, and we've also got Stephen Clark from our Wimmera Horsham campus. So first I'm going to tell you about my job role and responsibilities. So I look after all of the non-traditional trades areas of TAFE in the Ballarat footprint. These include hair and beauty, rural sciences, community services, children's services, IT, nursing, cybersecurity, business, hospitality, cookery, aged care, and professional writing. George, if you'd like to introduce the areas that you look after now.
Thanks, Beck. My name's George Trinophilos. I've got a long Greek name, but people just call me George T. I work alongside Beck in the sales and marketing area. I look after the following trades: electrical, plumbing, painting, bricklaying, carpentry, furniture making, engineering, and automotive.
And finally, Steve Clark.
Yeah, thanks, Beck. My area is Wimmera focused across Horsham and the greater Wimmera area, and I look after all the non-traditional trades and trades that Beck and George look after across the Wimmera footprint.
Thank you, Steve. So now I want to talk about the areas that Federation TAFE deliver training in. So we have our nursing and individual support area, which encompasses aged care. We have engineering and automotive. We have community services and childcare, commercial cookery, food and hospitality, hair and beauty, digital media, IT, business and leadership. We have rural sciences and building and construction. And these are all of the programs that we're going to go into more detail throughout the PowerPoint. George, if you'd like to talk about the pre-apprenticeship programs now.
Absolutely, Beck. So currently in Ballarat, we offer the following pre-app courses. There's the Cert 2 in Automotive Studies, Engineering Studies, Furniture Making, Construction Pathways, Electrotechnology and Plumbing. So these are trades where we offer the Cert 2 pre-app course. In addition to that, we also offer the Cert 2 in Electrotechnology in Horsham.
Perfect. So these are all of our pre-apprenticeship programs. Now we're going to talk about some of the benefits of our pre-apprenticeship programs or the benefits of doing a VET program. Again, George, if you'd like to cover that one.
Yes, so the benefits of doing a pre-app course. Firstly, once you do the pre-app course, it can knock off 6 months off your actual apprenticeship time, because the units that you do in the pre-app, you're given credit for when you actually do your apprenticeship. Secondly, doing the pre-app gives you a really good feel indication of the trade, the positives, the negatives, a day in a life of the actual trade, which gives you a really good understanding as to whether or not you will A, enjoy the trade and B, continue on with it. Thirdly, once you do the pre-app, it's a good opportunity for you to meet fellow students, like-minded, build friendships, but also it gives you the confidence, the self-belief, the ability to be able to know within yourself that you're capable, competent in doing the course. Also, might I add, employers look favourably upon a pre-app because they know that you are serious, that you are really committed, and that holds you in good stead as opposed to other students who haven't necessarily completed the pre-app.
Perfect, thanks George. So what are the types of things that we do to assist pre-apprenticeship programs to getting an apprenticeship?
So we interview the students to make sure that they are interested and understand what the course involves. There's a lot of pastoral care to make sure that they're all being looked after in trade school, that they're learning, that there's no issues. But also, more importantly for apprentices, I help them find employment. So given my role working in sales and marketing, completing training plans, pre-training reviews and enrolments, I have the opportunity to have face-to-face contact with a lot of electrical and plumbing employers, where I'm always having conversations with them, and we're having constant communication with regards to employment opportunities. So pre-app students that are doing the course are often given work as I refer them to jobs, because I'm always getting calls from employers asking me if there's anyone available that we can refer to particular jobs.
Perfect, thank you. So some of the other things we do with our young pre-apprenticeships is we assist them with their resumes, portfolios, and we offer them regular networking events. So you can see from the photos in there, there's a couple of employers networking sessions that we've offered, and that's something that not all pre-apprenticeship programs include. So other than our pre-apprenticeship programs, Federation TAFE does actually deliver a number of classroom-based programs. It's just like university, just like university, and we have a number of courses that we deliver via this way. All of our programs include practical placement where possible and where the training package requires it. So now I'm going to talk about the VET pathways. So TAFE qualifications can provide you with a number of pathways into higher education. A few examples include childcare to teaching and individual support to nursing. We're just going to go across the slide and look at this in a bit more detail. So here's the nursing example. So if you're studying VCE or VCAL at the moment and you want to study nursing, a great stepping stone is either the Certificate 2 in Health Assistant or the Certificate 2 in Health Services. And you could do these either as a VETA subject or as a school-based apprenticeship. You could also study your Certificate 3 in Individual Support if you were lucky enough to get a school-based apprenticeship to do so. Otherwise, post-school, that's the next step on the pathway careers journey. Once you've studied your Certificate 3, that means that you're qualified to be a personal carer or support worker or an aged care worker. If you wanted to take an alternative pathway from that qualification, you could be looking at courses like the Certificate 4 in Disability, Certificate 4 in Mental Health, Certificate 4 in Community Services. However, if you do want to continue on to be a nurse, you would then jump on to do your Diploma of Nursing, and you would then become an enrolled nurse. Then once you've completed that, that leads into your Bachelor of Nursing, and you would become a registered nurse. All throughout that journey, you do receive credit transfers and prior learning that's recognised along the way. So now let's look at the teaching pathway. So again, if you're studying VCE or VCAL, there are options. You can study Certificate 3 in Early Childhood or Certificate 3 in Education Support, and they're the entry roles for both childcare and their teacher's aid qualification. You can do those whilst you're in VCE, or you can do those post-secondary school. Once you've finished your Certificate 3, you can take alternative pathways into Cert 4 in Disability or Education Support, or continue on the pathway into your Diploma of Early Education, which means that you would be a room leader or a senior early educator. Following your diploma, you could then complete your Bachelor of Education and become a teacher or a kindergarten teacher. So there are many benefits of TAFE pathways. Some of them include the ability to earn whilst you learn. So at TAFE, there are a number of ways of studying, and one of these ways includes a traineeship. What that means is that you're incorporating your study with work. So your work week would be broken up and you would attend TAFE or do some formal type of learning. Another benefit of TAFE is that you're able to study locally, and the placement and work experiences are all with local employers. The transition from TAFE to high school is sometimes a little bit easier and sets you up on a perfect learning journey if you do want to go further and take a higher education option. We're flexible, so you have the capacity to get a qualification, then work in the industry, meaning that you get to earn faster. My favourite benefit, though, is that potentially TAFE qualifications can save you money because they are often less expensive. So one of the things that I would like to talk about following the pathway conversations is the free TAFE priority courses. So on the 1st of January, the Victorian State Government provided free TAFE for a number of priority courses. This simply means that there is no tuition fees associated with the priority courses listed. Free TAFE was selected on Victoria's employment needs and skill shortages, meaning there's loads of jobs. So a great example of the savings from the pathways for TAFE would be the Diploma of Nursing, which is actually currently on the free TAFE program at the moment. And if it wasn't, the tuition would have been around $17,000. So that's a huge saving by being able to access the free TAFE. So free TAFE doesn't mean that it's completely free. It just means there's no tuition, but there may be other costs like your textbook or the polo shirt or your name tag. George, because free TAFE comes in two areas, I'm going to hand over to George to talk about the apprenticeship pathway programs that are free.
Yes, thanks, Beck. So what we have is the Cert 2 in Automotive Air Conditioning Technology, the Automotive Servicing Technology, Automotive Vocational Preparation, the Building and Construction Pre-Apprenticeship, Construction Pathways, Electrotechnology Career Start, Furniture Making, Engineering Studies, Horticulture, Plumbing, and Salon Assistant.
So these are all great pathways if you're looking for an apprenticeship, but they have also put on a number of non-apprentice pathway courses that are based around Victoria's skill shortages. So they include things like agriculture, cookery, community services, education support, horticulture, hospitality, individual support, accounting and bookkeeping, aged care, agriculture, AOD, building and construction, child and youth early intervention, cybersecurity, disability, education support, mental health, building construction, community services, and of course, as we've previously discussed, nursing. Another thing that you can do whilst you're studying VCE or VCAL, depending on the availability of this at your school, is a school-based apprenticeship. A school-based apprenticeship is something that you can do whilst you're studying VCE or VCAL, and basically it totals 13 hours of your week. It includes trade school, work, and some form of study. If you're wanting to source a school-based or apprenticeship or traineeship, George and I and Steve are a great resource because we know a lot of employers, but the first thing to do is probably do some work experience, reach out to your careers teachers and parents, and then have a chat to your local TAFE. We have a load of tips and tricks that we've gained over our time working in this industry that we want to share with you. So these include completing some work experience, making sure you have a great resume or portfolio, talking to your careers teachers or parents, reaching out to your local TAFE, finding out who your local apprenticeship centres are and talking to your local LEN provider, tell everyone in your network, study a VETS or pre-apprenticeship program, and finally, my favourite tip, follow the companies that you want to work for on social media.
Thank you for taking the time to listen to our presentation. Please reach out to either George, myself or Steve further if you would like any more information. Thank you.